Hello there, welcome back. This is Mayank again from Percentilers, and we are bringing to you the first video of algebra as a solution to CAT 2020 slot 1. I hope that you have enjoyed watching the arithmetic videos of the same slot for CAT 2020 and learn from them. So there will be two algebra videos covering all the 6-7 questions of algebra that appeared in CAT 2020. Let us have a look at the first question. If you wish, please pause the video, read the question, give it your best try, and then resume. However, this question looks a little difficult or complicated, but if you see it in parts, it is not that difficult. So if you see the left hand side, first of all, it gives you the form of a plus 1 by a, about which you know is always greater than or equal to 2. It is equal to 2 when a is 1. It can also be equal to minus 2 or maybe less than that, but that question doesn't arise here because this a is nothing but 2 to the power x, a positive number raised to some power which can never become negative. So this 2 to the power x plus 1 upon 2 to the power x can be greater than or equal to 2 only. There is no question of it being negative, and it can only be equal to 2 when x is equal to 0. So I will write here equality when x is equal to 0. We will remember it. Another point is the right hand side. If you see, the right hand side is 2 minus a perfect square. Okay, so a perfect square can never be negative. It could least be 0 or could be positive. If you put this perfect square anything other than 0, it will either become less than 2 or will become negative. Now this thing cannot be negative. We have already seen the left hand side. So the only thing is that it can be equal to 2. Owing to all these discussions, I can write that this 2 to the power x plus 1 upon 2 to the power x is equal to 2. Now, left hand side and right hand side discussed differently. This will happen when x is equal to 0, and this will happen when x is equal to 2. No match. So left hand side you need x equal to 0, and right hand side you need x is equal to 2, which is not possible simultaneously at the same time. Inconsistent data within the same equation. Hence it is impossible. If you put anything other than 2, you will either make the right hand side less than 2 or negative, or I can just say less than 2. And less than 2 is not possible because the left hand side suggests that the minimum value of the expression should be 2, and that is also not possible. So I think all in all we can say no such real value of x. So it doesn't ask you the value of x, it asks you the number of values of x. So answer would be 0. I hope you understood. If not, then pause the video, rewind it, maybe write down on your paper step by step. So there were 2-3 things discussed at the same time in the same question. Anyway, moving ahead to the second question of the video. What a great coincidence that in the same CAT, in the same slot, 2 questions on the same property of this x plus 1 by x. Now you know that this is greater than or equal to 2 if x is positive, and it is less than or equal to minus 2 when x is negative. Having discussed this, I am going to replace x plus 1 by x as y for a moment, so as to make it look simpler. Y square minus 3y plus 2 equal to 0. Solving this quadratic is child's play. So y minus 2 into y minus 1 is equal to 0. Y is either equal to 1 or equal to 2. Now you know that this y is a very responsible expression, which you know when positive can never be less than 2. So y cannot be equal to 1. Y can only be equal to 2. So on the whole, finally we come to the conclusion that this x plus 1 by x is equal to 2. And you know that is only possible only if x is equal to 1. So there is only one solution to this question, and that is x is equal to 1. Again, you have not been asked the value of x, you have been asked the number of distinct real solutions. So I think the answer here is 1. So this was the second question. So hope you understood this. Now moving on to the third question. Now there are a couple of things that I want to remind you with before coming to the direct solution to this question. Now first thing is that I always advise my students to memorize the powers of 2 at least till 12. Okay, and that would have helped them in this question, as you have to know that 4096 is nothing but the square of 64, and 64 has direct correlation with this question. So we know that the number that we desire in the end, the square of that is written in the parenthesis. Okay, so this is point number one. Point number two is whenever you get an expression like this or this, an irrational number. So what should you first do always is see the squares of these numbers. If the difference between them is equal to 1, then what happens is their reciprocal is equal to their conjugate. So 1 upon a plus b root c will be equal to a minus b root c. Okay, example, say 2 plus root 3. So square of 2 is 4, square of root 3 is 3, their difference is 1. So 2 plus root 3 will be equal to 1 upon 2 minus root 3 and vice versa. That is 2 minus root 3 will be equal to 1 upon 2 plus root 3. We have a similar expression over here. See this, the power 7 plus 4 root 3. Square of 7 is 49 and square of 4 root 3 is 48. Their difference is 1. So we must know that 1 upon 7 plus 4 root 3 will be equal to 7 minus 4 root 3, etc. So one way to go about this question is going with the options. So you know this is x to the power 7 minus 2 root 3. This is x to the power 7 minus 4 root 3. This is x to the power 7 by 2 minus 4 by root 3, etc, etc. So one way is to go about this. You have x in the left hand side, you raise it to the powers followed in the options and see if the right hand side is becoming 64. That is one way, but the faster version for the solution would be, I guess, if you treat the right hand side. So you know this is 64 square raised to the power 7 plus 4 root 3, that is x. So if you take down the power from the left hand side, it will appear on the right hand side like this, or you can also write it like this. We are very close to our solution, to our answer. This is 64 square on the left hand side. Now taking square root on both the sides, you will be left with 64 and the right hand side will become nothing but this. I think we clearly see that the fourth option is our answer. So moving on to the fourth question. This is rather a very small question based on understanding, not based on solving or algebraic capabilities. Okay, so you have to understand a reasoning question manipulated in algebraic way. So there are 100 students. Some have birthdays in January, some have birthdays in February, etc. Okay, so sum of this x1, x2, x3, x4, x12 will be equal to 100. Nothing common, obviously. And this expression on the right hand side tells you the maximum among x1, x2, x3, x4, x12. Now, if it were only to be this, I would have just done one of these 12 numbers to be 89 and the other 11 to be 1 each. In that way, I would have got the maximum value of x0. But I want the smallest value of x0. So what I'll try here, and you might agree a little later, is I will try to equally distribute 100 students among 12 numbers. Now 100 is not divisible by 12. At the best, what I can do, I can put x1, x2, x3 as 8 each. But that way, I will have given only 96 students to these 12 numbers. Now 4 students are left. What I can do is give all the 4 students to 1 month or 1 each to 4 months. All this I am doing because I want the smallest possible value. Now 4 of the numbers are 9 and 8 of the numbers are 8 each. So now I think if you have to pick the maximum of these, I think 9 is the value that you have to pick. So 9 becomes the answer. Please always remember that we didn't have to find the maximum, literally we had to find the minimum value of the maximum. If had it been altogether minimum, I would have just taken 1. Had it been altogether maximum, I would have just taken 89. But among the maximum values possible, I wanted minimum. I think that is 9. Little practice of this kind of questions is done in algebra sessions. Okay, so if you are completely unaware of that, you will have a lot of difficulty understanding the solution to this question. If you have done like even 4 or 5 questions in the past, you will understand it quickly. So that would be all for the first video. We'll look at the other questions in the second video of algebra. Till then, keep watching the space, take care and be safe. This is Mayank Raj Singh signing off. Thank you very much.